Welcome back, my kings, my queens, my gods and goddesses. Donny G back for part 4 of the coronavirus series. Now, I have to admit right up front, a few things, let me put it that way, that I did miss in regards to what you guys need to know in regards to the coronavirus and also how to protect yourself. Okay, now I want to make sure that I got everything on here, so I did not leave anything out. So right now, before I do that, it's 11:11 p.m. in Batavia, Ohio. Okay, been a crazy last 2 nights with weather. We had tornadoes flying through yesterday, and tonight we have heavy hail, as you might be able to see in the background, coming down. So it's been wild weather. But anyway, I'm here in the Kroger, the front of Kroger's. I'm waiting on the ride to pick me up. So what I wanted to do was go ahead and finish up part 4 in regards to the coronavirus videos. So I have to admit right up front that I did leave out a few things in regards to what you guys need to know in regards to the coronavirus. So please know also that it's 11:11 p.m. and there is a police officer sitting directly behind me who's seen me in the parking lot for probably 20 minutes getting ready for the video. So everybody pray that he doesn't come over here and harass me or check on me while I'm doing the video. If he does, I'm going to keep the video rolling so you guys know what's going on. But anyway, with that said, what I wanted to do was go ahead and finalize the coronavirus videos. And I want to start with the exact means and ways of how you can protect yourself in regards to this virus. Now, obviously, it's 11:11. I'm in the parking lot of Kroger. I got a police officer behind me. So, again, as in all of the videos, I do not have a script written out and prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and try and wing this off the top of my head. So let's start with how to protect yourself from the virus. So step number 1 was no meat. Meat has to be stopped completely. Keep in mind, the body is energy. That's all the body is energy. Okay? The higher the energy vibration of the body, the harder it is for the body to get sick. Okay? So what we need to do to protect ourselves from the virus is raise the body's frequency, as I had mentioned in the other videos. So going directly into that, step 1, no meat whatsoever. To make it short and sweet, we are all from Africa. Okay, that's where we come from, period. Okay, in Africa, we did not eat any meat whatsoever. We were direct herbivores, meaning a plant eater. Not even omnivores, eating some meat. Direct herbivores, meaning we are only supposed to eat plants, okay, or vegetation. Now, when the body ingests meat, the meat goes into the stomach, and since it is not natural, the body produces way too much acid, which, number 1, kills the body. The key to lengthening the lifespan, one of the keys, is to stop ingesting meat, because too much acid going into the body kills the body. It's acid, okay? So we want to decrease the amount of acid that is actually going into our body, because it does kill. But in regards to the coronavirus, the meat goes into the stomach, and it will take 2 to 4 weeks to completely dissolve the meat and digest it properly. Okay? Because of this, because the body is so focused on ridding the body of meat, it is unable, the different parts of the body, okay, we could say the atoms, or just the smaller units of the body, are focused almost directly on getting rid of the foreign substance in the body instead of doing the other things, the positive things, that it's supposed to be doing for the body. Okay, so it doesn't have the ability to raise the body's frequency to make it healthier. Okay, because it's focused on other things. All right, to make it short and sweet. We do have a lot of traffic in the background, also, as you can probably hear. So I'm going to try and speak up, and I apologize if it doesn't come out properly. I do have the volume turned all the way up, so I hope it does. So, number one, no meat. It lowers the body's frequency. Okay. Step two. Step two is no fear. Short and sweet on this subject or topic is this is why the elite, whose goal is to lower the body's frequency, why they are putting you in fear in regards to this so-called virus. Okay? The more scared and afraid the human population is, the more they are able to assist and help the population crisis, because the fear that they instill in the people, keep in mind this is fear within 8 billion people, okay? Because this is a worldwide crisis. So they are installing fear in 8 billion people. It's a lot of people. And what they're doing with this fear is lowering the frequency of the population of the world, lowering the frequency in everybody's bodily system, including mine. I am not perfect. I am still affected, okay, by things such as this, even though I know better. However, I am the world, and the world is me. So if the world is in fear and scared, it has the ability to affect even an enlightened person or being, just because of the panic and the stress and everything that's going on around him. And I tell you, in regards to this case, the coronavirus, the craziest couple months I've had in a long time. So I have to admit right off the bat, even though I know better, it has dramatically affected me, and it has lowered my frequency, which it will do for you. So fear is another huge tactic that the elite, rulers of the world, okay, or the powers that be, use to lower the body's frequency. So no fear. Don't be scared. You are an immortal God. What is the purpose of being scared? You cannot be destroyed. You cannot be killed. You are immortal. Nothing can hurt you. So why be scared of a simple virus that is less dangerous than a flu bug? Keep in mind, the only reason why people are getting sick is because the elite have lowered their vibrational frequencies to a point where they're getting sick easier. It's that simple. The coronavirus is less harmful than a basic flu. Okay? Do your research on that. Jump online and check it out. And you will find out that the flu, in most cases, regular cases, would kill more people than the coronavirus on an average. So there has to be another reason why so many deaths are occurring. Okay? And that reason is the world is at a lower vibrational frequency. That simple. Now, moving on to number 3. So, no fear. No meat, no fear. Be cool, calm, and collected. Number 3, no toxins. No toxins whatsoever. No cigarettes, no chewing tobacco. No alcohol, if possible. No drugs. You want to kill the drugs. Even if it is possible to stop taking medications, do it. If you can get away without taking specific medications that you're currently using, do it. The goal is to put as little into the physical body as humanly possible. The cleaner and purer the body, the higher the frequency of the body, which means higher the frequency, less chance of getting sick from the coronavirus. Okay? No toxins, period. You guys all know what toxins are. You already know they're bad for the body. And this is why. Because it's lowering the frequency of the body. Keep in mind, the elite, the rulers of the world, the powers that be, are putting in chemicals in not only the toxins, but the meat also. But they're putting chemicals within cigarettes, chewing tobacco, and other substances of this nature, okay, which aid and assist in lowering the body's frequency, okay? Also keep in mind that lowering the body's frequency keeps your cerebrospinal fluid from ascending, going up the spinal cord to reach the brain to activate the current parts of it that are not being used, okay, such as the pineal gland and also the cerebrum, okay? But that's another topic, another video. So no toxins. So we have no meat. We have, and keep in mind, off the top of my head, I'm going to try and keep going. No meat. No meat, no fear, no toxins. Number 4, no sex if possible. Number 4, no sex or masturbation if possible. Okay? Sex and masturbation release a ton of energy. A gigantic amount of energy. Think of how you feel when you are done having sex or done masturbating. Even think about how much energy it takes during the process of sex or masturbation to actually do it. Think about how much energy the body expels during sex and masturbation. A ton of energy, okay? So if possible, you want to completely stop sex and masturbation. Now don't kill the video yet. Don't kill the video because he said no sex, no masturbation. This guy is crazy. There is no way I'm going to do that. Okay? Now, if you cannot stop doing it completely, slow down. Try and limit it to once a day or once every other day. Or if you can, once every 3 days. Now, I will tell you from personal experience, you can do it once daily, one time. You can, excuse my French, bust a nut, orgasm, one time daily, and you will still keep yourself safe from the coronavirus if you incorporate everything else that I'm speaking of. Matter of fact, if you were to incorporate everything else that I speak of twice a day, you'd probably be okay. You'll probably be okay. No toxins, no meat are the biggest ones. Biggest ones, huge. Huge. No toxins, no meat. Huge. Okay? But sex is also big too. Saving the energy, because when you have sex or masturbate and you orgasm, you are got a car rolling up on me, had to make sure we're cool. You are releasing the body's energy. That is energy. Okay? It takes energy to have sex or masturbate. Okay? Keep in mind, we're trying to keep the energy and raise the energy to a high frequency. Okay? But we have to keep the energy first in order to raise it. So, slow down at least on the sex and masturbation. That's 4. So to keep tabs on where we're at here, because I forgot all the videos, all the coronavirus videos, do not have all the steps listed in one video. Because I did not have it prepared and I shot it out there to you guys, okay? But on this final video, I'm going to try and go ahead and remember them all and get them all out there. So, number 1, we have no meat. Number 2, no fear. Number 3, got somebody rolling behind me, so I don't know who it is, but I'll make sure it's good. Number 3, we have number 3, no toxins. Number 3, no toxins. Number 4, slow down on sex and masturbation. Okay, stop if possible. However, slowing down is a wonderful thing, and it will still keep the body at a high frequency just by slowing that. Okay. So moving on, we're going to move on to step 5. All right, step 5 from protecting yourself from the so-called coronavirus. Step 5 is going to be to know and understand that you are not the walking, talking body. Now, once enlightened, you will realize that the body is just a projection. It is the magic wand of the magician. Okay? For instance, when the magician wants to create or produce a magic spell, he will wave the magic wand, say something such as abracadabra, move it, and bam, presto. Whatever he wanted was created. Okay? So what you actually are is a mind, a ball of energy and consciousness. When this ball of energy and consciousness thinks, it produces a force. And this force is projected through the universe. Okay? Through the blackness. So this is how the body is created. When this ball of energy and consciousness thinks, it creates a force. For instance, when the mind thinks to reach out and touch the computer, it thinks it and then it creates the force, and even though you can't see it, reach out and touch the computer. It's the force that happens when the mind thinks. So this is how it works. The ball of energy and consciousness that you are thinks. It creates a force. This force pushes energy into the blackness of space, we could call it. It comes out as fire. It is very hot at the direct point of thought. The energy will expand, which would make the energy cool. Once it becomes cool enough and lengthens enough, it will then basically evaporate, and it will turn into air and begin to rotate in the blackness of space. As this energy rotates as air, it will collect molecules or particles, and once that air becomes so heavy, it will then drop, just as water formulates in a cloud and then drops when the cloud contains too much water. Okay, it becomes too heavy. So the energy from air will then drop and turn into water. It will fall. The rotation of the planets and moons spinning around this water will then form the water into Earth. And when I say into Earth, I am talking about the ground, the trees, us as beings, and everything that you see in the visible light spectrum. Okay? So, when the mind thinks, it goes through that direct process and creates the walking, talking body, which acts out the mind's thoughts. Okay? That is just what happened. That's how it works. Now, the mind is always thinking, so the body is always here. It's a continual thought process from the mind, so the body is always here. But the mind, the ball of energy and consciousness that you actually come from, is immortal. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be hurt. It cannot be tampered with. It cannot catch a virus. Most importantly, it cannot catch a virus because it's imperishable. You cannot destroy it. So by knowing that you are not the walking, talking body, by knowing that the body is just a projection from the immortal mind or God that you actually are, you will then become more sure of the self and more sure that this physical body cannot get sick. Why? Because an immortal being cannot catch a virus. Period. What is a virus going to do to something that can't be destroyed? Right? Nothing. Long story short, you are not the walking, talking body. By knowing and understanding that you are an immortal God, that you are an immortal ball of energy and consciousness that thinks, you then and now know that you are unable to catch any type of virus. And it just cannot harm you. So this needs to be implanted into the mind, and you need to tell yourself that I cannot be affected by the coronavirus. Okay? The mind is a very powerful thing. The mind creates all. And the mind can also create your safety from the coronavirus. Stop there on that. So we have number 1, no meat. Number 2, no fear. Number 3, what was it? Number 3, hold up, I'm winging this off the top of my head, hang on. Number 1, no meat. Number 2, no fear. Number 3, oh man. Number 3 is, number 3, okay, we got no meat, no fear, no toxins. No toxins. Oh man, I should have wrote this down, guys. I apologize. I apologize. What did I miss here? What did I miss? Hang on. No meat, no fear, no toxins. That's right. Okay, so number 1, no meat. Number 2, no fear. Number 3, no toxins. Number 4, no sex or masturbation if possible. If sex or masturbation, you cannot completely get rid of it, slow it down. Slow it down. If you could do it once every 3 days, once every other day, or even once a day, you will be safe if you incorporate everything else that I speak about in the video. So number 4, slow down at least sex and masturbation. Number 5, realizing that you are not the walking, talking body and that you come from an immortal ball of energy, and I shouldn't even say come from, that you are an immortal ball of consciousness and energy. So therefore, since you are immortal, you are unable to be affected by any type of virus. Okay, so implant it into the mind that you are immortal. You cannot be touched and you cannot be hurt by a virus. Okay, you are able to safeguard yourself by using affirmations. Affirmations are the way that you program the brain. Okay, also you could say the mind. What I mean by this is simply by repeating to yourself, I cannot be affected by this virus. I cannot be affected by this virus. I cannot be affected by this virus. And you repeat it until it basically becomes a belief. You repeat it until it basically becomes a belief, until it is implanted into the head. Okay? This is called affirmations, and this is how physical reality is manifested. So, if I were to program, I am a millionaire. I repeat it to my brain, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, and I repeat it 20,000 times to my head. 20,000 times to my head. I read a ton of books on being a millionaire and becoming a millionaire. I visualize with my eyes closed already having the money, suitcases of money, checks with $1 million on it. Eventually, these thoughts are going to be pushed into the universe. The universe, through the process that I just spoke about, when thinking, going through the fire, air, water, earth, and then the planets forming it into matter, this is exactly how your mind will produce you becoming a literal millionaire. So by putting those thoughts into my brain, it projects it into the universe. The energy that is pushed out from the brain then goes through the process of fire, air, earth, water, and it is formed on the plane that we are on, which is the earth plane, or the third dimensional plane. Okay? So, this is how you manifest things such as receiving money. Same thing goes for this virus. If you program into your head, you repeat with affirmations that you cannot be affected by this virus, it will, with time, produce it into your outside reality. Keep in mind, the body is part of the outside reality. So, if the mind is programmed that you cannot be sick, it will program that basically into the physical body. Okay? So, manifestation, keep in mind, number 1 takes time. So, you have to program and then you have to take time for it to be created into your outside circumstances or world. First spell that I put out took 3 weeks for the manifestation to actually come into fruition. Okay, so it takes time. Secondly, any type of thought or spell or magic that you are creating or producing also takes action. Okay, so if you program into your head that you want to become a millionaire, okay, You repeat it 20,000 times. You program and you push those thoughts to the universe. Okay? It will take time, number one. However, number two is it takes action. And that is what the magic wand is with a magician. The magician says what he wants. He thinks what he wants. I want a white rabbit to appear out of that hat. So he thinks it, and then he waves the magic wand and says a few words to produce what he wants. So, if you project thoughts such as I want to be a millionaire, you also, number two, have to put into action to receive it. Okay? Unless you are moving at an extremely high vibrational frequency, the ability or the end result of being a millionaire in most cases is not just going to come to you. You literally have to go out into the world and put in work. You have to put in action to accomplish becoming a millionaire. Okay, so you put the thought out there and then you have to wave the magic wand, which is maybe going to the computer, okay, getting online, researching jobs, researching high-powered people in money markets, anything like that. And then maybe maybe run into one of those people, okay? And as you put in the action, eventually, with time and this action, the universe will bring you $1 million. It will make you a millionaire through the universal law of manifestation. Okay, this is how it works. Keep in mind, with manifestation or magic, it's never going to work the way you think it is going to work. The universe is much more brilliant than you. So if you think that you are going to go to a direct person, say, hey, my name is so-and-so, I'd like for you to invest in a new board game that I've invented, and you think he's just going to hand you $1 million right off the rip, no, it's not going to work like that. It's always going to work sometimes how you least expect it. The universe has its own way of creating physical reality. And this is one of the reasons why they say, tell God your plans and he will laugh at you. Okay, and this is why, because it creates in a different way than the human brain would think it would create. As I mentioned in a past video, movie, it's called The Last Unicorn. It's a cartoon movie, phenomenal movie though. There is a wizard that's learning magical spells. And magical spells are basically pushed by the universal law of manifestation. But he finally comes to understand that he has no control over his magic. So when he casts a spell, he simply starts stating, universe, do as you will. Universe, do as you will. No, my bad. He says, magic, do as you will. Magic, do as you will. Magic, do as you will. As he pushes and projects his thought or spell to the universe. And his spells, his creation will always come to him, but it comes in a way that he least expects it. It comes in a way. God dang, man. Okay, rides here and they just scared the heck out of me, boy. God, rides here and they just scared the heck out of me. Hang on. Go park. I gotta finish this real quick. I gotta try and finish this video. Hold up. Oh my God, scared the heck out of me, man. That should give you a little laugh there. My God, scared the heck out of me. Okay, so anyway, real quick. So 5. Knowing that you're not the walking, talking body. So the action, the magician waving the wand in abracadabra, that's signifying the body putting in action in order to accomplish its goal, okay, or its thought. All right, so we got that. Moving on to number 6. So far we have no meat. We have no meat. We have no fear, no toxins, no sex, knowing that you are not the walking, talking body. Okay? Knowing that you are an immortal God and that an immortal God cannot be affected by a simple virus. We also added in there programming the mind to become stronger so it is not affected by the virus. Okay, let me think here. Okay, now we're at the tough part. Now we're in the esoteric ways to save yourself. My gosh, and I'm going to focus here so I don't lose any of these. Hang on. Okay, knowing you are not the walking, talking body. Man, okay, what else am I missing? Man, I'm telling you, this is the fourth video now. I promised myself I'd get one where I nailed them all to you guys. My gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to spit them all out on this one either, so I might have to make a final video. So let me think. Okay. Knowing that you're not the walking, talking body. My gosh, you guys, my gosh, man, I'm trying to get it all out there. But I'll tell you what, I got my ride here. Got a little Chewie and Jedi in the ride. So let's go ahead and wrap up number 4 with what we have right now. Okay, so we have no meat, no fear, no toxins, no sex. Knowing that you are not the walking, talking body. Instead, you are an immortal God. And you now know to program with affirmations, repeating to the brain that this virus is unable to affect you. These thoughts, these repeated thoughts, will project into the universe, and over a pretty short period of time, it will create it within yourself and your outside circumstances. Okay? So I will tell you with just these 5/6 steps, okay? Guarantee you, if these are followed, this virus is not going to touch you whatsoever. Now, let me throw this one in, which I haven't thrown in. Another great one that I forgot to add in the other videos. Fasting. If you are able to fast, okay? Now, don't try this right away, okay? Now, a lot of religions, what they will do to begin fasting is they will eat breakfast before the sun comes up, okay? And then they will go all day without eating any more food until the sun is completely down. And once the sun is down, they will hang on, then they will ingest food. So no food as the sun is up. This is a great way to start fasting, okay? Eventually, when you go down the enlightenment road, hang on, just let me finish this last part. Hang on. Eventually, you will get into what is called the Illuminati fast. Okay, the Illuminati fast is no food, no drink, and no sleep for a 3-day time period. And we'll get into fasting and exactly what it does in other videos. However, fasting is a way to purify the body to a point that will raise the vibrational frequency faster than any other thing out there. So if you are able to fast, it will allow the body to purify, so all the little units of the body, the atoms, and the units that the atoms create are able to focus and direct their attention on other things that the body needs, such as fighting infections and viruses. Fast as much as you can. With that said, guys, Donny G, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I love you guys very much. I got everybody waiting, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with that. My kings, my queens, my gods and goddesses, stay safe out there. I guarantee you, if you follow these steps, all right, the virus won't touch you. Love you guys. God bless.